This is a SQL question in a software interview that most people failed. Let's get into it. Okay, this is the question. We have a very simple table with almost only 3 columns plus the ID, the student, the subject, and the score. And we want to get the best performing student per subject. That's the first question. But the tricky part, you cannot run the query in a way that it does multiple scans over the table. Okay, initially, maybe your first thinking will be something like this, maybe. This is a way of doing it. Basically, you get the max score for the subject, where you check what is the subject for that student, and then you just go out from the inner query and you get the students joining. It's basically like filtering by the score. This is the max. So this will be, but you are breaking the rule. This is doing 2 scans for the table. And now let's move into the answer that I consider correct for this question. If you know more correct answers, please leave it in the comments. It is always possible. So let's get into the window analytical functions. In this case, I'm using rank. When we use a window function, we usually have the function that we want to run. In this case, I'm running a rank. You have many. And then you have the partition by and the order by. The partition by, imagine this like groups, but the difference is that you get the entire set of the data. And then within that set of data, how do you want to order it? In this case, I am doing a partition by the subject. The difference with a group by is that when you do group by, you need to emphasize which columns do you want to use, and then you need to use those columns in the select. Like if you group by subject, then you cannot use the student name. So this, with the window functions, you can use everything in the table. Like you partition by the subject, so imagine like the entire table, then it is grouped by subject, but within each row. And then within that group, you order by the score, and then what we are doing is we are giving it a rank. So since the score is ordered descending, the best scores will be first, and since we are using rank, basically, if there are duplicated scores for the same subject, it will give the same rank. So it will be 1, 1, right? Actually, I can run this internal part of the query so that you can see it. For example, you see Grace and Heidi, they both rank first with the 94 in history. And then here we have Charlie ranking first as well, and David. What do we need to do next? We need to filter only where the rank is equal to 1. That way we get the best performing students per subject.